Cape Town Mayor Geordin Hill-Lewis is expected to make a major announcement about the city's energy future during the Solar Power Africa conference. This will be the first significant step towards securing Cape Town's electricity supply. The conference brings together energy experts from across the continent, and we'll take you there right now.
In South Africa. That really should be the only energy debate in our country. How to make that happen as fast as humanly possible. We have had load shedding for the better part of 15 years. And the economic consequences and consequences for the livelihoods of so many millions of South Africans have been devastating. And in a way, as a country, we've come to accept that failure as acceptable, as normal. We've normalized it in our lives. But in Cape Town, we say that that is not normal, and it is not acceptable. We must work to become the first load-shedding free city in South Africa over time. And the first important step on that journey starts today. I am very proud to announce that the City of Cape Town is opening its first round of procurement of power from independent power producers. The tender documents for this procurement will be made available on the city's website today. And in fact, they are already up and available this morning. I'd really like to thank our City of Cape Town, our Team Cape Town colleagues, our Executive Director for Energy, Kadri Nasip, and our Mayoral Committee Member for Energy, Bev van Rienen, for the work that they've done to get this ready in record time. I've put them under quite a lot of pressure because I want us to start this process as soon as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be procuring up to 300 megawatts of renewable energy, much of which will be generated by solar PV power. We will be considering proposals from all IPPs for projects that will allow us access to affordable and reliable electricity supply. We are particularly eager for proposals from IPPs that will help us to eliminate our reliance on, or reduce our reliance on Eskom during peak times of use and thereby eliminate load shedding. We will consider proposals from a range of projects, including generation only, generation plus storage, and storage only. It is crucial to us that we are not only able to keep the lights on during off-peak times, but that we are able to supply households and businesses with electricity when they most need it. Reliable energy is critical for a thriving economy, and that is what we will provide in Cape Town over time. A second tender for dispatchable generation projects over 20 megawatts, which can be brought online in a short space of time, will follow this initial tender. And over time, we will also procure much greater storage capacity to ensure the reliability of our supply and the integrity of our grid. Links to the city's website, where the tender documents are hosted, will be posted on the city's social media pages and my own social media pages during the course of this day. Through this IPP process, many of you sitting in this room will become the City of Cape Town's business partners. I think it's important, therefore, that you are given some insight into how we see the future of electricity supply, generation, and reticulation. Last week, I had a wonderful and productive meeting with Eskom's CEO, Mr. De Ruyter, for a refreshingly frank discussion on Eskom's future and Cape Town's role in achieving energy security. Unsurprisingly, we found ourselves in full agreement with each other on most of the important issues. And he is happy for me to share this with the public. His view is that the national government is committed to fully opening the way for municipalities' procurement of power for the private sector. And I'll come back to that in a second based on the exchange that I've just had with the minister. This is in line with President Ramaphosa's very refreshing views expressed last week in the State of the Nation address, that the role of the state is to enable economic growth and investment, rather than hindering those things through legislation and unnecessary red tape. At this point, I'd like to differ slightly from what the Honourable Deputy Director General said just moments ago, and the Minister of Energy. I hope that the DDG is still in the room. And make a very direct appeal to national government. If you want to prove your commitment to what the President said in the State of the Nation address, here is the test today. Back Cape Town as we procure our own power. Do not erect any new and unnecessary barriers on our journey towards energy security. Do not interpret unclear legislation, Mr. DDG and colleagues, to give the department and ministers veto powers over these procurement contracts. Instead, open the way, clear the runway. Partner with us by showing that you are committed first and foremost to solving South Africa's energy crisis as quickly as possible. That is why we strongly believe that we do not need Section 34 determination. Those who have discussed this with us in detail have made the point, as the DDG himself made this morning, that in order to give Section 34 determination, you need to have a business case. And yet, the industry, you sitting here, will tell us, and have told us, that in order to make a business case, you need to have Section 34 determination. The two are mutually exclusive. So, to give the security and surety that we need to get this procurement on the go, we are going to proceed today, as I've announced. We will, Mr. Minister and Deputy Minister and DDG, we will apply for Section 34 determination in parallel with this procurement process. And we will see if it is as efficient and smooth and facilitative and enabling as you have promised today and the President promised in his State of the Nation address last week, Thursday. Further than that, we are encouraged by the sensible approach outlined again by the Minister this morning and reflected in the ERA amendments released just days ago, finally coming to fruition in national government and in Eskom policy. We believe strongly that a diversified energy generation mix with an increasing role for renewables over time, we will be able to supply our customers with more affordable and more reliable electricity. And in the spirit of trust, I also want to make a commitment to you as potential partners in the room. I'm aware that some projects are facing challenges, as we heard from one of the project leads here, in respect of their financing partners, who believe doing business with municipalities is a risk. Ladies and gentlemen, if they are talking about Cape Town, those financial institutions are wrong. The City of Cape Town has a strong record of paying its vendors exactly what we owe them, exactly on time. We are in a strong financial position with very little debt on our balance sheet. In many ways, we are a more reliable business partner than some major private companies and even the national government. We all understand that business is a risky thing, but doing business with the City of Cape Town is about as low risk as you are going to find in South Africa. With full knowledge that I have now hijacked this platform for long enough, I want to wish you all of the very best for your conference, Chanda and colleagues. I hope your discussions are fruitful and that this will be an important moment for your industry. I want to thank you for being here and for choosing us. And thank you to the organizers for putting this all together. Each of you is playing a part in ensuring that we can have sustainable energy security in Cape Town and in Africa. Energy security is one of the great social justice issues of our time. Energy security means businesses succeeding. Energy security means more jobs. It means meaningful economic recovery and growth. So whatever role you have to play, small or large, you can feel proud of it. Thank you for your commitment to the progressive, poverty-ending goal of sustainable energy security in Cape Town and the whole of our African continent. All of the best for your conference. Thank you very much.